Do you ever feel like you're following Jesus the best you can and your life just doesn't seem to be getting any better? Like you may have been following him faithfully for years and yet you're still broke, you're still sick, and your relationships still suck. So why is that? Because the Bible says that Jesus came so that we may have life and have it to the fullest. Being broke, sick, and in sucky relationships does not sound like full life to me. But this was how God explained it to me one day. He said, I can only work in the areas of your life that you are willing to relinquish control of. That means if you're not willing to hand over your finances, hand over your body, hand over your relationships, he can't touch it. Well, he could, but he won't. Because he's all powerful. He is capable, but he's not going to force you. He will never take the reins from you. You have to give them to him. And I'll just give you a personal example. I remember when he asked me to drain my bank account because he wanted to teach me how to handle money. There was this certain number that I was trying to get to and I was one paycheck away. And then he said, drain it. That was one of the hardest things for me to do. But I did it. And I learned how to depend on God as my provider. And I kind of expected it to always be that way until about 2 years later, he used my obedience to walk me right into a blessing that I never saw coming. And now I'm living in abundance. But it's because I was willing to relinquish control of that area. I was willing to say, okay, God, we'll do this your way. And for you, it may not be finances. It may be that you haven't left that relationship that he told you you needed to get out of. Or it could be that you're not speaking to your spouse in the way that he is asking you to because you'd rather have control over what you say. Then surrender it to him. Or it could be that he's asked you to give up smoking, drinking, junk food, and you haven't. And that's why your body can't heal. The thing is that he's always giving us strategy to move us forward. We are given an instruction manual. It's up to us whether we follow it or not. We can't just expect God to drop good things in our lap all the time. Sometimes we have to do our part. But when we follow those instructions and we pursue what he wants for us, in the end, it always turns out better. That is how you unlock an abundant life. So I just want you to ask yourself today, what is it that you still have not surrendered to him? What is it that you still have that white knuckle grip on, that if he asked you to give it up, you'd have a really hard time? Because I can guarantee you that that's the area of your life that he wants to work in. The question is, are you going to let him? And the thing is, maybe you're thinking that you don't even know what he wants you to do because you feel lost, you feel stuck, you feel like, I don't know what he wants from me. And for you, specifically, I would say that he wants a relationship. That's what he's after first. So if you don't know how to get to that, I'd love to help you. I have so many videos on my page talking about this very thing, helping you understand what a relationship with God looks like. So feel free to follow along and go back and look through all of those older videos. But if you don't have time for that, and you still want all of that information, but you just want it in one place, neat, organized, and concise, I have something for you too. This is my book, 7 Days to a Life of Limitless, How to Ditch the Rules of Religion and Discover Unrestricted Freedom. This is everything I learned over a 3-year period of growing closer to God. It's not a big book, but it is chock full of information. And if you don't believe me, just go look at the reviews for yourself. I truly believe that this can help you get that relationship with God that you're wanting to by shifting your perspective. And I hope this helps you understand that it's not about what you're supposed to do. It's about who you belong to. So if you're really wanting to get to know him, I would encourage you to check this out. I have copies of it available on TikTok Shop, on Amazon, or on my website, yourfriendcaitlin.com.